What's going on, everybody? This is Al from NCAA 06 Revival, and today I want to break down how to attack short field zone coverages via the passing game. And what I mean by short field is the first 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Anything beyond those 10 yards, we can call it the deep field. But for this video, we're going to call it the short field, the first 10 yards. Okay? Also, there are 3 areas of the short field we want to cover. And before we get into those areas, we need to have some definitions about hash marks and location areas. For now, what we could call field side and boundary side. I'm on the right hash mark. If it is the field side, it is everything on this side of the field. Field, a la more grass to play with. If it's the boundary side, boundary a la the sideline, this is the boundary side. The short field, okay? So if you're on the right hash, this is the boundary side, and this is the field side. If you're on the left hash, this is the boundary side, and this is the field side, okay? Just so we're clear on that. Now, let's cover the 3 areas that you can attack in any of these games, okay? First of all, we want to cover the center. I call the center beater. This is around the hash mark. And the reason why we're going to cover this first is this is usually my first read if I have a quote-unquote center beater. I call it a center beater because that particular route attacks right over our center's position. Okay, so if we're on the left hash, the ball's on the left, we're going to have a route that's going to attack the hash mark. Okay, we're going to cover 3 plays that cover that. So let's go to our first one. We go out of ace spread, triangle. You've seen me run this play a million times, but this is a perfect example. Okay, what we're going to see here is the halfback angle route. You see the halfback route there with R1. It's a simple angle route. It's a killer center beater. Okay, and it is great against all cover 4s and some other plays, but I don't want you to really focus on coverages. I just want you to focus on a particular area. Okay, so we're going to call, we know this will work against cover 4. We'll go up against a nickel, and we're going to go up against cover 4. Now this is a right hash play. Okay, now we're going to snap the ball, and we're going to get a good completion. Okay, here's what I want you to focus on. This is a center beater, which means it is in front of the center, right here. We are looking for a hole. As soon as the ball is snapped, we are looking for a hole right above our center. Pretty much between the guard box or between the tackles, more or less, depending on the route. But more or less, you want to see if there's a big old hole right here. Okay, and we could zoom out a little bit. And once the ball is snapped, we can see a huge hole right there. We've called a play that actually has a center beater, a la the halfback angle route. And you see the halfback coming through right there. If I can put my cursor on him. Wide open. Easy 10 yards. Okay. Again, it's a center beater. It's right over our center's position. Triangle, halfback angle. It's an amazing route. That's what it's for. It's to attack that hole. Again, this is cover 4, but do not worry about what coverage it is. You may see a cover 3, cover 2, a weird blitz. As long as there's a hole there, you hit that with whatever center beater route you have at the time. Okay? Okay, next play. We are going to cover another route that can attack the center of the field. In this case, it is a slant route. This is at a pro normal tight end seam. You got a slant route from the Z receiver. Let's see if he can attack the center of the field. We can give him a little head start if we want. Good throw right there. Okay. Again, another center beater. It's attacking the hash mark. Put a big old line up on the hash mark, and you can see right there, above your center, you snap the ball, and look at this big hole right here that's forming. Again, don't focus on the coverage. Just focus on the area. Is there a hole there? If there is, go to your center beater. This case, it's our slant route, and he picks up another 10 yards. The next one we want to cover is ace deep outs. You've seen me run this play a million times as well. But this is another route, a la by your tight end, that can get open as a good center beater. Okay, let's select deep outs, and we'll go up against, again, a cover 4. Okay, again, watch for a hole around the center, right above your offensive line, and see if your tight end can get open. Boom, pick up a solid 20 yards there. Okay, here we are. We know they're playing zone. We snap the ball. Boom, huge hole right here forming. Do we have anybody open in this area? We do. We have a tight end. Makes a good throw, and he cuts up the field for a solid, at least 15 yards. Again, we're looking for a big hole over the middle. Ideally above your center, but you may have somebody open here or right here. In this case, it was with our tight end. Getting a big gain. Okay? So those are 3 examples of a center beater. Next, we want to cover the most common zone coverage short field beater there is. And that is the boundary side attack. We use a lot of high-low reads for this. The perfect example is you go, for example, ace big twins, cross. Curl flat is the most basic high-low combo in the game. Okay, we'll select it. It doesn't matter if it's zone cover 2, 3, or 4. Doesn't make a difference. We can attack this. And with curl flat, you always, or with any high-low read, you always throw it to the low read. In this case, it's the flat read. So let's just snap the ball. We're going to throw it as hard as we can to the flat and pick up some yardage. Okay? Again, curl flat, it's a high-low read. Always throw to your low read. Again, zone. Doesn't matter which coverage it is. 2, 3, or 4. Okay? The reason why we always go to the low read is because in NCAA 06, this corner always likes to defend the high read. It's just a safety precaution they put in this game. Hey, we don't want to give up the huge play. They'd rather sacrifice this guy being open than giving up that curl to get even more of a big gain right here. So as you see, the ball is already in his hands, and that corner's coming after him. But he can't get there in time. We make a good catch, and we go up the field for 7 yards. Okay? Curl flat, super basic, no different than any other high-low read out there. Okay, another high-low read we can go with is gun normal. Let's try halfback streak on the right here. We got a shallow cross, well, just a basic shallow from the slot going to the right. We can go against cover 3 this time. Again, it doesn't really matter. We have a high-low read from right here. The high read is the out route on the right. But the shallow is your low read. And it's against zone, always go to your low read. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Snap the ball. Great throw. Pick up 15 yards. We can check this out here. We can zoom out. Again, boundary side. We are on the right hash since it's a right hash play. Boundary side attack, high-low read. Always go to your low read against zone. In this case, it's a shallow. He gets open. Great throw. Picks up a solid 15 yards. Okay. The next example we're going to cover of a boundary side beater is double cross out of gun spread. It's a right hash play. We got a swing route with the halfback with a dig on top of that and a flag. It actually has 2 routes that can help open up that area for the halfback. We can go up against cover 3 is fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, like I said, we got a flag and a dig that's going to distract those 2 corners. Remember, defense, they like to cover the high read more so than the low read. That should give us a little bit of room for the halfback to make a play. So let's just snap the ball. Good throw there. We're going to pick up 10 yards. Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's put our cursor on the halfback. Notice we snap the ball. and those two high reads are distracting both of those defenders up top. Look at all this room the halfback has right here. A very simple throw for the quarterback to make. He catches it at the line of scrimmage, but he's got a lot of room to work with. He can cut upfield and pick up a solid gain. Okay? So those are 3 examples of how to attack the boundary side. There's so many different versions, high-low reads. You got smash and curl flat and go out. I mean, there's too many to cover, but those are 3 good examples that should help you out. Okay, last but not least, we are going to cover the field side beaters. You don't see these as much. For me, there's not that many of them in the game, but they are in there, and there's enough of them to really have some fun with. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 examples, one from each position: tight end, halfback, or fullback, and a wide receiver. Okay, there are 3 things you need to know about field side beaters. 1, it has to be a play action play. 2, it has to go against cover 3 or cover 4. I'll cover that here in a little bit. And number 3, it has to go to the field side. That's obvious, but I have to make that point clear. Okay? A good play for this is PA tight end choice at an ace big tight end wide receiver. Okay? This is a left hash play. We're going to select it, and let's go up against cover 3. Left hash play. Okay. Our beater, field side beater, is our tight end triangle going to the flat. Okay? Again, it only works against cover 3 and cover 4. It is play action, and it is going to the field side. It checks every box to beat a field side defense. Okay? So let's snap the ball. Bad throw. We'll try it again. Snap the ball. Good throw there. Okay, let's break this down. Okay, the first thing we need to cover is, obviously, it's play action, and we know it's going to the field side. The only other part we really got to worry about is what coverage they're in. Okay, the easiest way for me to do this is I check the free safety. In this case, it's this guy right here. If it's cover 2, he'll go out over here. If it's cover 3, he'll go towards the center of the field. If it's cover 4, he'll go straight back. Okay? That's how we know what they're going to cover, what defense they're going to call. The ball snap, it's going cover 3 because he's going towards the center of the field. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? As soon as I see that safety do that, I know I'm going to my field side beater, which is the tight end. But look at all this space he has to work with. And I actually made a bad throw. I threw it way too light. I could have thrown it a little bit harder. It doesn't matter. We pick up a solid 20 yards out of that. Great play. Okay. Another example is, you see me call this 100 million times, I normal, PA, fullback flat. Another left hash play. This time let's go up against cover 4. Okay, let's go ahead and snap the ball. Our fullback is our field side beater. Again, it's another flat route. Those tend to work best. We'll snap it. Give it to our fullback, and we'll pick up 7 yards. Okay, let's break this down. We know we called a play action play, and it's going to go to the field side. What's the free safety do? I don't even know what the defense called, but let's see. He is going straight back on the hash mark. That means it is cover 4. That means we know we have some space underneath for our field side beater. Makes a good throw. Picks up 7 yards. Okay. Okay. Now let's cover the last example. In this case, it is weak twins. PA comeback. Again, another play action read. Our zig out is our field side beater. Since it's our field side, you can guess which hash mark we're going to go on. This is the right hash. We're going to select it, and let's go up against a cover 3. It's fine. Again, cover 3 and cover 4 are the only ones that work here. Okay. We're just going to snap the ball. All right. We're going to snap the ball. Our last example of our Field side beaters is at a weak twins PA comeback. Okay. Let's go up against cover 4 is fine. Our zig out on the left is our field side beater. You can tell that this is a right hash play because we got a field side beater on the left and he's going towards the left. So it just makes sense to have it on the right hash because he's got more a la field to work with. Let's go ahead and snap the ball. Great throw. Picks up 10 yards. Okay. Let's break this down. So what we're going to see here, we know we got play action and we know we got a field side beater. So let's read the free safety. What's he doing here? He is going straight back. If it was cover 2, he'd be going back here. It's cover 4 because you see this corner backing out real far too. That way you know you got a lot of field to work with. In this case, our field side beater has a ton of room. We can give it to him. Okay. So those are 3 examples of each. Hash, a la the center beater. Then we got our boundary side beaters and you got our field side beaters. Last thing I want to cover is why the field side beater does not work against cover 2. Let's go back to I normal. Let's go back to PA fullback flat against cover 2. Here's the reason why it doesn't work. Here's why it doesn't work. We can back it out here, and it's very simple. Cover 2, this corner will always stay in this area. He's got nowhere to go but to defend our field side beater. So cover 2 ain't going to work there. But as we've seen earlier, it will work against cover 3 and cover 4. All right, hopefully this helped you in some way. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of plays in this game that have all types of zone short field beaters. Tons of center beaters, tons of boundary side beaters, and tons of field side beaters. Hopefully this helps in some way. You can go back and look at my Washington State Dynasty and look at some of the plays I used there. You can look at my Indiana Dynasty. I used a lot of different ones there. Just tons of options to choose from, but hopefully you can take something from this and apply it to your dynasty. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.